Hello, how you doing? I'm going to talk about the contributions of the Central Americas since they've been flooding this country for 15 or so years. And I want to talk about the contributions that the Central Americans have made. This is the Black History Month, right? So why not talk about the contributions that another culture has made? So this is some of the contributions. 96% of the white males are out of construction jobs because they hire the Central American illegals first. 98% of the black males are out of construction jobs because they hire the Central Americans first. Cartels are in every neighborhood. There's 7 in mine alone, and I'm just talking about down the street. There are 7 just down the street from me. Okay, and you can just imagine what's in the other neighborhoods. You can just imagine what's in the inner city. The Indian reservations, they have brought 900,000 fentanyl pills to the Indian reservations. And I'm talking about just this one Indian reservation. I'm just talking about the Blackfoot Indian reservations and the ones that are mainly out in the West, the Lakota, Blackfoot, etc. Indian reservations that are in Montana. They have brought in 900,000 fentanyl pills. And as you know, fentanyl kills in 3 seconds. Okay, so you got all these Indians just dropping like flies, as if the Indians don't have enough to deal with. Now, they don't go to the Indian reservation to say, look, I'm going to build you a house for free. I'm going to build a house. I'm going to plant some gardens. I'm going to donate some sheep or something so you can eat them. They just go in there and not give 900,000 fentanyl pills to the Indian reservations, particularly in the Black Hills and Montana and even in Arizona, those areas. Now, like I said, they don't give them trees. They don't give them like sheep to eat, or they don't give them build a house or anything. They give them fentanyl pills, which kills in 3 seconds. The Central Americans have overwhelmed the schools. The teachers go from 15 students in one room to 35 students in one room, and this is in a week or in a day. And that's why teachers are quitting. You expect them to teach 35 students in one. It's not going to happen. And a lot of the Central American kids are behind. They're definitely behind the American kids, probably 1 or 2 grades. The schools have been dumbed down. I've read where teachers say they even decreased their assignments to accommodate the Central Americans because they 2 or 3 grades behind at least. They have kicked poor blacks and poor whites out of housing. Now the poor whites and poor blacks, they're gonna pay for housing. They're gonna pay whatever the market rate is, $1,500 a month. But the Central Americans don't pay anything because the government pays their rent. So there are apartment complexes around me that are almost virtually 100% of Mexican, 100% Central Americans, and the government is paying 100% of their rent. But like I said, any blacks or any whites that live in those apartment complexes, which is very few and far between, they have to pay the market rate. In fact, a lot of blacks who want to live in those apartment complexes can't get an apartment because they say your credit is messed up. Now, the Mexicans, they don't have no credit because they don't have a Social Security number. They have no credit. No credit, no job, no nothing. Bye. Okay, but they still get a nice 2-bedroom apartment with a washer and dryer. That's what have they done to the government? What have they contributed to the government? Well, they have overwhelmed the government welfare rolls to the tune of probably triple the welfare rolls, at least, to the tune of $1 trillion, over $1 trillion per year. They get $300 per person per child in food stamps. Now that was a few years ago. So you can imagine what they're getting now. Okay, the government pays 100% of their rent. Even if the rent is $3,500 a month, $2,500 a month. The government don't care because the government's stupid. The government's run by idiots right now. Okay, the government's run by idiots. Okay, see, the government do anything for the Central Americans. The government does anything for them. Why? Because they have something that we want. We want fentanyl to kill our youth. We want heroin. We want cocaine. We want the drugs. Why? Because we don't have an economy without drugs. Everybody knows that. You got to do something crooked in America to make it big, make some big money. You just do. The Central American illegals have not built any schools. You know, when you read about Black history, you read about where they have built schools, churches, their own hospitals. You know, in white culture too. White cultures have, you know, they got the plantation homes and etc. But look, the Central American have built no schools, no hospitals, no buildings, no nothing. But all they have built was narco highways, narco trafficking highways. Bye.